people in 90s. Can we start, sir?
Yeah, no problem, sir. I can
Okay,
start
sir.
now.
Dr. Jagjeevan, we have a few people in 90s. Can we start, sir?
Yeah, no problem, sir. I can start now.
Okay, sir. Uh, Again, I welcome you all. We have with us Dr. Jagjeevan Ram. Sir is Professor and Head Department of Animal Sciences, UAS Raichur. And the topic chosen by Sir for deliberation is role of livestock in agriculture. Sir, you're audible and your presentation is also visible. And the session is, we have started recording the session. Please start.
Okay. So, shall I start now?
Yes, yes, sir. Please do.
Okay. So, good morning, friends. Welcome to all participants for today's session and this winter school 21 days program. Under this program, organizer has given me one topic to speak today about role of livestock in agriculture. So I think you are aware about agriculture activity. Along with agriculture, how livestock is playing role in farmers' income point of view. I will try to justify in this way farmer and livestock relationship, how they are depend on each other, and definitely it is very important aspect for farmer point of view. So livestock means generally stock of domestic animals. Stock of domestic animals having economic value. Animals which have economic value, we can say livestock. We can't say wild animal is a livestock. Livestock includes here poultry, we can say livestock, goat farming, we can say livestock, sheep farming, we can say livestock, because sheep farming, it is also good entrepreneur by the farmer, goat farming, sheep farming, even nowadays rabbit farming, uh, buffalo dairy farming, dairy maybe cattle and buffalo. In cattle, maybe indigenous, high lactating or crossbred animal. Similarly, we can say pig farming. Pig is also very good entrepreneur, but whatever good or bad, we should check the market first, whether livestock has market. Based on that, we should choose our entrepreneur. Piggery, as we know in our country, it has some social taboos, social problem. People feel it is a not to rare. It is confined to some communities, up to some communities. But growth point of view, profit point of view, piggery is a stand next to poultry. Piggery stand profit point of view next to poultry. Why poultry first? Like broiler, like you see, broiler farming and layer farming. Broiler within 7 to 8 weeks, within we can say 6 to 7 weeks, chick will grow up to market weight, and that market weight 1.5 to 1.5 to 2 kg. That is market weight or standard weight, we can say. So very fast growth in broiler, and in why it is cross talking is going on, please. So
Dr. Rifat, I have muted you. Please do not unmute yourself. I have muted people. Please
yeah,
continue, sir.
please. Yeah. So broiler, it can become market weight 1.5 to 2 kg within 6 to 7 weeks. And means within 6 to 7 weeks, they can harvest their crop, they can sell in market, open market. Similarly, other crop in agriculture field, I think there is no such entrepreneur, such crop to get profit within 6 to 7 weeks, except vegetable. Except some vegetable crops, they can fetch some profit. But broiler, it is excellent entrepreneur for farmer point of view. I will tell about market strategy also here, broiler market strategy, how to adopt market strategies. If broiler is going to become in 6 to 7 weeks, then market trend is generally they want weekly program. Retailers or wholesale dealers, they used to purchase weekly. So we should make provision to grow our broiler weekly. How to grow weekly? When total period for broiler to become market weight 1.5 to 2 kg, time span is 6 to 7 week, right? So we should make 6 to 7 houses, 6 to 7 separate houses, and one by one. Means weekly we can bring, suppose 500, we can start with 500 chicks or 1000 chicks. In one chamber we can put. Next week we can purchase another lot, 1000. Third week another lot. Fourth week another lot. Fifth, sixth and seventh week, first lot will become ready. We can sell in market. In second week another lot will be ready. So this way we can catch the market. Market strategy is very, very important. Otherwise, a farmer may lose the profit, because if no one is taker, what farmer will do with that broiler? So we should adopt market strategy, weekly, staggered way, that we can say staggered way, weekly program, one by one, and seventh week onwards, every week 1000 broiler will be ready for market. That way we can adopt this strategy. So broiler or poultry, I said it is a first stand in profit point of view and very fast growth. Similarly, next is piggery. Piggery is very highly prolific. Number of piglets, generally by one female pig used to give 8 to 10 piglets, and the gestation period in pig is 120 days. So just within 4-5 months, again she will get conception, and 8 to 10 piglets will come. Market weight of piglet is around 6 months generally considered, 5 to 6 months, and weight should reach in 6 months minimum 100 kg. You see, 100 kg in 150 days or 180 days. If you calculate in terms of feed conversion efficiency, broiler needs 3 kg feed per kg chicken. 3 kg feed, actually less than 3 kg, 2.44 to 2.5 kg feed for broiler to become market weight. But piggery, 3 kg feed per kg pork. 3 kg feed per kg pork. So this is also very high profitable business, but piggery has some social problem. Some people they like, some they don't like, but market is there. China is a good market, good purchaser or good consumer. Of course, eastern states in our country also. So market is there. So market point of view, if we are going to start livestock activity, definitely a lot of profits will come. Similarly, goat farming, sheep farming, everyone knows, and dairy farming also everyone knows. Livestock farming, it is a very safe, secured profit. Agriculture is fully depend on nature, but livestock, nature dependency is very less. So that is why here profit is very safe and secure. So now I will show some slides one by one, and like you see, I have one slide here: livestock, rearing of domesticated animals such as cattle, buffalo, sheep, goat, yak, camel, mithun. Yak and mithun, you might have heard. Yak is an animal available in high altitude in our country only, just like a cow and buffalo looks, but little anatomically differ. Yak and mithun is also ruminants, just like a cattle, cow, buffalo, sheep, and goat. Pig, pig is a non-ruminant, and horse, everyone knows. Donkey farming is also actually popular in rural areas, but again confined with some communities. Poultry is a very good entrepreneur and upcoming very fast entrepreneur, poultry. So this way we can say these are livestock and animal husbandry. Why I want to tell, just for your convenient point of view. The word animal husbandry comes from the management of domestic animals. Management means what? Management of these livestock, and that includes scientific feeding, scientific breeding, scientific housing, scientific feeding, breeding, housing, general health care, and finally culling. So these 5 aspects: feeding, breeding, housing, general health care, and culling. If you have 5 parameters under management of livestock, definitely you are going to get maximum profit. Proper feeding means animal needs very scientific, balanced feed, scientific feed. How much should be level of protein? What should be level of energy, DCP, TDN? So in that way, if you formulate diet in house only, we can get maximum profit. Diet should be palatable, not only feeding to animal, but we should feed to animal based on as and if we are feeding to child, our own child. As you know, child can't uh, reveal his emotions, but he will only cry, and by crying only you can understood what is his requirement, her requirement. Similarly, for animal also, we should assess its feelings, whether animal is thirsty, whether animal is hungry, why animal is not eating, whether feed was palatable, not palatable, palatable, whether it was digestible, properly utilizable. So all these things, feeding part is very, very important, because out of 100 rupees, if you are going to make expenditure, then 60 to 70% we have to make expenditure on feeding only. So feeding part is very, very important, and here we can make lot of saving, because feed is a only source to convert another form of energy. Like I told, feed conversion efficiency ratio in broiler, in pig, and in milk. Suppose you are going to feed for dairy animals, total feed, how much you are going to feed, and how much quantity of milk you are going to get. If in that way you are going, if you are calculating, then it is nothing but quality of feed. Based on quality of feed, we can make assessment. So similarly, another part is breeding part. By breeding program, we can improve the animals. If we have low yielders, we can convert into high yielders, like crossbred animal we have. So similarly, housing part. If you have proper feeding, good animals, but you don't have good housing, good house, again we can't expect optimum profit. Similarly, general health care, if animal not feeling well, any problem, immediately we should contact to expert veterinarians. And last point is culling. Culling is not a killing to animal. Culling word, it is a removal of unproductive, uneconomic, and unhealthy animal from the herd or flock. If you are going to keep unwanted animal in herd, we have to feed them extra. We have to provide housing separately. So that burden will minimize the profit. So these 5 aspects in management: feeding, breeding, housing, general health care, and culling. So culling part is also important. We should remove as and when our animal is not performing well. Don't make social or emotional attachment with animal. If you are going to make social emotional attachment, that is not a management. That will not be profitable business, because rearing of cow or buffalo is not a charity work. Is not a charity work. It is a entrepreneur. It is a profitable entrepreneur. So when we are thinking about profit point of view, don't involve charity things, emotional things, religious things, social thinking. Yeah, of course it is going on, but be away from such thing, such type of the thinking. Yeah, now come to the how animals are useful in agriculture or in day to day in our life. Livestock as a source of human food. Everyone knows we can get milk from the dairy animals or milk animal. We can also get meat from the animals and eggs from the poultry. Milk is such a food, balanced food, milk and meat, milk particularly, we can't manufacture. Only we can get from the source of the milk animal. And milk is a balanced food, balanced in sense, rich in uh, protein, fat, carbohydrates, minerals, vitamins. And our body needs these balanced nutrients. And these balanced nutrients is very much available in milk, meat, and egg. The biological value of milk, meat, and egg is very high compared to non-veg food. Milk, of course, we are treating as a vegetarian food, but source is a animal. Source of milk from the animal. Meat we are treating as a non-veg material. Milk is a veg material. But milk also comes from the animal source. So these are 3 important food for the human consumption. Similarly, another important role we can say as a source of organic fertilizer. Livestock, what we are feeding every day, out of that, if you calculate NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potash in their dung, around 1:0.5 is to 0.5. 1% nitrogen, we can say 0.5% phosphorus and 0.5% potash in animal dung. Similarly, from biogas, if you are going to convert this dung into slurry biogas, then NPK level will become double almost. 1.5% nitrogen, 1% phosphorus, and 1% potash. And urine collection, generally 10 to 15 liter urine per day per animal. So in urine, nitrogen percentage is around 2%, and that is very, very important. We should collect properly this nitrogen. And this NPK, if you calculate overall per day per animal, then as per our calculation, one animal in a 1 year is going to produce around 1 animal uh, in a 1 year. If you calculate one day how much nitrogen, so simply you can calculate around 4 to 5 kg dung per day per animal. So 4 to 5 kg dung means at the rate of 1% nitrogen. So it will be around 50 grams nitrogen, 50 gram nitrogen. And from urine, if 10 to 15 liter urine, if you just take 10 liter urine, so 2% means around 200 gram nitrogen from urine source. So 200 plus 50, 250 gram nitrogen per day per animal into 365 days. So it will be around total nitrogen
18.20 kg per animal.
No,
This is nitrogen.
250 grams. Yeah, I have not made calculation, so just please wait. 2 into 365, around 91 kg, around 90 kg nitrogen per year per animal. Per year per animal. If you know the requirement of nitrogen for any crop, paddy for example, or wheat, how much recommended nitrogen for 1 hectare land? If land is irrigated, around 120 kg nitrogen is recommendation per hectare. So 90 kg nitrogen, if we get from one animal per year, I think we can fulfill requirement at least 1 acre of land, more than 1 acre of land, right? So this way we can say livestock has relationship with agriculture and with farmer. Similarly, okay, this is way of the means as a source of organic fertilizer. How livestock is useful for the farmer, for the agriculture. Then second, you see, third, as a source of wool, hair, skin, and bones. Okay, I will not tell in detail. Livestock as a source of draft power. Lot of mechanization is coming in our country also, but till today, 60% farmers still they are doing agriculture operations by using bullocks, particularly intercultural operations by the bullock only, pair of bullock, and bullock can they can use as a plowing operations, harrowing operation, intercultural operation, as well as they can also use for the transportation of goods in narrow streets in rural areas. So this way livestock is very, very useful to for draft point of view to the farmers. as a source of employment. As a source of employment, if you check in this way, then I can say uh, there are two groups in rural India. One is a have and have nots. Have and have nots. Some people, they have very big size of land holding, but they are not interested for rearing of livestock. Second part is majority. They have very less land holding, hardly 1 acre, 1 bigha, like that, 1 acre, 2 acre land, but they have much more livestock population. If you calculate this equation, this ratio, why big landlords, they have less livestock population, but small size of land holding farmers, they have more livestock population. It is very simple. I think those who are big land holding farmers, they think their income is sufficient, but farmers who have small size holding, their income is not sufficient from the land, so they used to think to rear to do some alternate entrepreneur, and for them livestock is very good, excellent entrepreneur. How it is good, I also have made some research and assessment. The yield of 1 acre fodder, if you calculate grain yield and fodder yield, ratio between grain and fodder yield in particularly wheat, it is 1:2. 1:2. If grain yield is 20 quintals per acre, then wheat straw or paddy straw yield is double, around 35 to 40 quintals. And if you check requirement of the fodder for the animal per year, per day, per year, so generally 8 to 10 kg fodder is required for the animal, and per year around 35 to 3600 kg. So it means one animal equivalent to 1 acre land. This is equation. We can quote anywhere. One animal equivalent to one animal, 1 acre land, one animal. Means crop residue, whatever we will get after harvesting, crop residue, that leftover fodder material will be sufficient to feed at least one animal. From 1 acre land, we can maintain one animal. And if you calculate profit of one animal, for example, one buffalo, lactating Murrah buffalo, milk yield is not less than 8 to 10 liters, 10 kg per day in Murrah. And if lactation period is 300 days, assume that 300 days means 10 months. And if milk yield is 8 to 10 kg per day, so at the rate of just you can keep 40 rupees or 50 rupees. If it is 50 rupees, so 8 into 50, 400 rupees per day. 400 into 300 days, that is lactation length, lactation period. So 300 into 400. How much it will be? 3 4 ja 12, 1,20,000. 1,20,000 profit we can expect from the one buffalo if you have 1 acre land. Generally farmers, they have fear, if I have buffalo, how I will get the fodder? Because there is no fodder market. You can purchase animal, but if fodder is not available, it is very difficult to rear the animal. But if you have fodder, definitely we should think to rear buffalo or cow, lactating animals. we can, by in this way, we can enhance the milk production also. We can help to others also, because 8 to 10 liters milk, generally one family, how much will consume? To hardly 1 or 2 liters or 3 liters. Leftover milk, he can get some profit. So by this way, it is helping to each other, and there is no dependency also, because when crop residue fodder is available, fodder we can feed to animal, and animal byproduct, milk as a byproduct we can treat. Fodder is a byproduct, milk is also byproduct. We are not going to feed animal as a grain, as it is. Waste material we are going to feed animal, and we may get best material, best food material, waste material to best material, because animal, they are best converter, they are very good converter, best waste material to best material. You see, feeding to goat, same fodder, you may get milk, you may get mutton also. Of course, we don't have beef market in our country, but in out of country, beef is also very good market. So in two in one, and livestock is multi ways, we can say, has role in agriculture as well as in human life. Best use of waste land as a pasture land. We have, as we know, total geographical area in our country is around 328.8 million hectare, and out of this 143 million hectare is a cultivable, around 43.49%, and remaining land 56.51% is a uncultivable area. 56% area we have uncultivable, and this 56% uncultivable area is a forest land, river basin, road sides, canal sides, so hilly areas, because uncultivable area. So at least such area we can utilize as a pasture area, pasture land. So we have huge opportunity to enhance the livestock population. We have demand also. We have demand also, and we have opportunities also. So then why not we should encourage such type of the entrepreneur for the farmers, among the farmers, and to young generation, because young generation is leaving that entrepreneur. Agriculture is not profitable business, but along with agriculture, if they are going to rear livestock, it is definitely profitable business. If you check the suicidal cases in our country, farmer suicide, it is a study actually. It has come in study research based. Farmers who were doing their agriculture along with livestock, suicidal cases were found zero. Suicidal cases were found zero, because animals, livestock is ATM to the farmer. ATM. As and when they need money, they can sell their animal, they can get the money. So this way, such farmers are very happy, and we should also encourage livestock activity to other farmers also, those who are not doing for them. Similarly, proper use of agro-industrial byproducts. If you don't have livestock, then to whom we will feed fodder material, industrial byproducts like rice polish, bran, oil seed cakes, so many byproducts like sugar industry, sugarcane bagasse, molasses, pulse industry, pulse chuni, flour industry, wheat bran or rice bran we can say. So such byproduct, beverage industry, fruit industry, pulp, juice. So such byproduct is very, very valuable, but as a human being, we can't consume, but we can feed as a best feed material to the animal. And by this way, we can say proper use of agro-industrial byproducts if we have agriculture along with livestock. Next. Yeah, livestock sector alone contributed around 38.92% value of total net domestic product of the agriculture and allied activities. So, okay, you come to next. Global share of India's milk production is around 18%, more than 18%. Actually, this is, I have little old slide, but I have new data also. Okay. Now, I want to discuss one factor. What factors affecting livestock productivity? So we have some factors also. Just wait, please. I will take for factors just 4 to 5 minutes. It is not coming. Okay, I will explain. So, of course, factors, we should know the factors. What are factors for the livestock activity? First factor is land factor, social factor, religious factor. These are factors. Social factor like piggery, whether we should start piggery or not to start. If you are going to start piggery farming in your locality, people may think in another way what he is doing. If you are going to start donkey farming, donkey, yeah, I am using donkey farming also. In our center, we were having around 20-25 donkey. It was AICRP on utilization of animal energy. So general people concept, what you are doing with donkey. Actually, donkey is very, very useful animal, not only for draft purpose, but for other purposes. The demand of milk is very high in rural areas, and the cost of donkey milk per liter, it is around 2000 to 2500. You can't imagine. So this way, demand is there, but people perception, mindset, that we can say factor. Social factor, religious factor. Feed and fodder is one of the factor. We are in shortage of feed and fodder in our country also. And these feed and fodder, first of all, there is no fodder banking, fodder entrepreneurship. If we try to develop entrepreneurship in fodder banking, I think livestock farming, we can still has much more opportunity to enhance. Religious and political factor point of view, if we speak like cow farming, nowadays cow is losing resale value. We can't resell. We can purchase the cow, but we can't sell the cow. Buffalo has resale value, So buffalo is gaining the market. Cow is losing the market, buffalo is gaining the market. So here religious, social and political factor like Anti-Cow Slaughter Act. So farmers, they are worrying whether we should rear the cow or not to rear. So these are factor, and sometime government support, whether government is supporting or not, like government is ready to support for Gosala, but government is not ready to support direct to farmer. Gosala who are registered Gosala, they used to get 100 to 125 rupees per day per cow as a maintenance. Gives financial support to Gosala. So per day per cow, if maintenance cost is per month 3,000 rupees, yearly around 36,000. And the government is ready to support to Gosala. Why government is not thinking to support or create mini Gosala at farmers point of view, farmers level? Farmers level, if government allow to farmers, okay, go ahead and keep as per your will and wish number of cows, and you may get this much money. So I think farmers will get happy, feel happy. Farmer here, nothing they are getting. And if they are going to hand over their cow to Gosala, again they have to pay 2,000 to 2,500 rupee to Gosala owner as a registration fee. So no one farmer is ready to hand over their cow. They are ready to hand over, but Gosala owner, they are not ready to take their cow free of cost. So farmers, they are in trouble. And sometime if their cow is unproductive, infertile, they don't want to keep in house. But sometime what they used to do, they will carry their cow and live in forest area and in other village. And another village, they used to leave their animals in another village. So this way, cow has become a street animal, wild animal. And again, such animals, they are disturbing to the farmer only. So these are factors actually. Here government role is very, very important. And our mindset, we should change our mind also, either social angle or political angle or this angle. Cow is not a, we are generally treating cow is a matter of Hindu and Muslim. Actually, it should not be like that. It should be matter of farmer. Cow is a matter of farmer actually. It is not a matter of religious, because cow is a domestic animal having economic value. So that way, if you are going to deal all these entrepreneur, either piggery or poultry or buffalo or goat or sheep, so definitely this entrepreneur is very, very useful, helpful and profitable to the farmers and to our country. Thank you.
Sir, thank you for this lovely presentation. And would want to ask participants if there are any questions, please ask, sir. We
Yeah,
have
please.
some time.
Yeah. Shall I
Good morning,
remove?
sir.
Good morning.
Sir, good morning, sir. Myself, Dr. A.V. Jensi Sinigo, working as assistant professor at Veterinary College and Research Institute, Tirunelveli, sir. Sir, it's very good presentation, sir. Very nice, informative session, sir. Sir, one doubt, sir. What purpose this donkey's milk is used for, sir?
Donkey milk actually, that is again social taboos. They are thinking if they give donkey milk to their kid, 1 day or 2 days old or 1 week old baby, a lifelong baby will get asthma resistance.
Okay, sir.
Ha.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other question, please ask. Sir, there are few questions in the chat. If you can
Yeah,
click on
please.
at the top, where you see 103 at the top, there is next to that a green icon. Can you click on that?
Green icon. Yeah, it is difficult for me. You can. Hello.
This is green icon.
No. Stop presentation. Okay.
Yeah, sir, hello.
Please.
I'll ask the question on behalf of the participants.
Okay,
One of
please.
them, Tejbeer Singh, KVK Langroya. He's asking, is donkey milk good for asthmatic patients?
Yeah.
Okay. The other question is how will I don't know how it is written, but it says how will maintain the animals landless labor, sir.
Yeah, landless labor also they can maintain animal, because farmer, those who have land, they don't have animal, but they are not bothering about fodder. So some entrepreneurship is required. Someone has to create one entrepreneur about the fodder bank. As and when they need, they can go and purchase the fodder. That type facility in our country, still it is not available. It is a very new area. You can say it is new area, and people should come to open fodder entrepreneur sector.
One more question is there. What are the suggestions about stray animals?
Suggestions about
Stray animals.
stray animal.
Yeah, stray animals, stray animals, stray.
Yeah. Actually, this question I want to them only, because they are silent. They are not asking. They are not questioning. Who are responsible? For stray animal, who is responsible? Society is responsible. Government policy is responsible. So this question actually we should ask to ourselves. We are simply have become religious, Hindu, Muslim. I should not use this word. It is a matter of farmer. Cow is not a matter of Hindu, Muslim. It is a matter of farmer. It should be matter of farmer. We should deal farmer point of view. We should not deal cow as a Hindu, Muslim matter.
There is one more question about what is the BC ratio in cattle farming?
BC ratio. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, exactly. I can't say now, but it is a profitable. If input is, suppose, yeah, I have told buffalo 8 liters suppose milk, then expenditure will come around 3 to 4 kg concentrates, and fodder and green fodder if you include around 150, and you take labor charge 50-50. 1:1.
One more question is, if farmer used animals in mixed farming, then which animals are kept for maximum profit? You could see the questions in on the screen, sir.
Yeah, mixed farming, that depend up to your interest also. Whether you are preferring large animal or small ruminants or poultry or some other type of animal. Large animal means cow and buffalo, and small ruminants means goat and sheep. And poultry farming we can start as a backyard poultry farming in house as well as in field.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Ah,
Sir, can you explain something regarding organic farming? That how does this organic farming is associated or interlinked with livestock and agriculture? How does this farmers can promote this organic farming, sir?
yeah, definitely livestock is very much useful for the organic farming. I told also in slide, one animal equivalent to 90 kg around nitrogen per year. Just nitrogen, if you calculate phosphorus, that is also, and potash also, and some other micronutrients that comes from the dung only, animal only. This way, for organic farming, dung is very, very important. Animal is very, very important. Next, please.
Sir, there are few in the chat. Are you able to see?
No, I can't read actually. Very.
Okay,
Uh,
just a second.
you can read and tell.
Okay, okay. There is one question asking, please elaborate relation between livestock with agriculture with respect to organic farming.
Yeah, already I have told.
What is the strategy to formulate organic ration for cows?
Organic ration to calf.
For cows.
Organic ration.
Yeah, organic ration.
Okay.
And one more is there. How can gain weight? I don't know what he's trying to say. Sanjeev Verma, can you repeat the question which you have posted in the chat? How can gain weight in GOT? I don't understand.
Goat.
Okay, it's good. I couldn't get it. That's it. Any other question, please ask. That is here, or we'll consider the session to be concluded. If there are any questions, please ask. Sir, I don't think there are any further questions. On behalf of the organizing committee, all the organizing parties, NADCL, all the parties involved, and importantly on behalf of participants, thank you for this lovely presentation, and most importantly, the interaction at the end. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Thank you to all.
Participants can join back in the second session at around 2:30. We'll share the link in the WhatsApp group and also on their email. Thank you. Participants can leave and join back at 2:30. We'll share a separate link on the WhatsApp group and on their emails.